And everybody, welcome to another edition of the Arkansas Diamond Report with Dudley Dawson. I'm Jason Patterson. I want to thank you all for joining us today. Make sure to join us each time we come on live and like it and subscribe to the hogville.net YouTube channel on the bottom right-hand corner. Just hit that subscribe button. That way you can catch all of our content live. It's always free as well on hogville.net, KNWA's Picture Nation, and also on our YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook channels. So, Dudley, how's it going, my guy? Are you able to hear me, Dudley? I think Dudley might be off. Hold on just a second. We're going to take him back for just a second. So, yeah, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. You guys All right, we're back. All right, Dudley, I got you back now. How you doing, man? I'll try that real quick, and we'll just get going. Okay, bye-bye. All right, everybody, we're gonna try this again. Dudley's gonna restart here real quick. I don't think I'm needing to restart on my end, so we're just gonna keep going. Um, put those likes, comments up there. We'll keep reading those off. We'll go over those as well. You know, I didn't know that they said the audio is spotty. I'm not sure if it's on my end or if it's on Dudley's end. Whatever you guys are hearing, just let us know. So we'll just keep pressing on. David Hay says, please keep trying. Yeah, we're going to keep trying, man. We're going to get this in. We're going to get this in, I promise. Michael Kepsky, DVH is going to have a solid team this year. I believe so. There is a graphic that I think I'm going to put up here in just a minute for you all, just to kind of just kind of look over as well. One of the things that I have noticed is that there's a core group of guys that so far have really capitalized on the hitting aspect. I think that you were going to actually really like to see what this graphic shows. Dudley had sent me a picture of this. So I'm just going to put this up here really quick. Once this gets loaded, I'll throw this on there for you all to take a look at. And here is that graphic. Let's see if I can. Let's see. I blow this up a little bit. Yeah. So Braden Clark, 10 of 15 from the plate so far this fall. Dudley's going to have more on him in just a few whenever he gets back on. But I thought that was crazy as far as average goes. Batting 667, OPS 884, slugging percentage of 1400. I mean, last time I saw 1400 slugging percentage is like Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire type, Matt Holliday. Just an insane amount. Of course, and you got Pep Rocco, or Rocco Pep, sorry, and then Brent Iredale and Reese Robinette and Vahiva Aloy. I'm telling you, and also Ryder Helfer. So I mean, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 6 guys. Well, and then also if you count Carson Bowles, that's 7 guys that have got 5 hits or more this fall ball so far, and that really, really speaks a lot to what they're able to do. And I'm excited to see what they do. Coming up, you got Oklahoma State. That's going to be facing the Razorbacks. I think that's going to be a fun series with Josh Holliday and their crew, and also Matt Holliday. He's the bench coach there, hitting coach for Oklahoma State. So we got the brothers that originally are from Stillwater, Oklahoma, back home and coaching the Cowboys. But I think that's a really fun series. I know that Arkansas, I feel like they've started to kind of bring along Oklahoma State more and more into the fold. So David Hay, is it technically possible to add any new starters at semester? Yes, I do believe it is. It's a basic transfer rule, I think, at that point. I don't know if there are any others that Dave wants to bring in, but I think if there is that possibility, you would have that possibility coming into fall. It's just that you can't bring somebody in mid-semester, kind of like any other sport. But I think at the end of the start of semester, like for spring, if there was somebody, just depends on the transfer portal and what it looks like for baseball. And Dudley and I will go over that whenever he gets back on here in just a few minutes. So we'll have to see see kind of exactly how that's going to play out. Because if Dave's able to bring in another bat, which I don't know if he's able, I really don't know if he needs to. I really don't think he needs to, because the team that he's got right now it's pretty deep. I'm not going to sit there and go off the rails and say, we're going to get super regionals, blah, blah, blah. That right there is pretty reckless. And what I mean by that is I don't think you're going to sit there and nobody's going to try to, prognosticate that far ahead. Just can't, because there's so many things. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm trying to get this thing all squared up here a little bit better. I wouldn't say it's criminal, but I mean, anybody that wants to try to prognosticate this far in advance right now, it's laughable. It really is laughable. Let's see here. You only got 9 spots in a lineup. DVH can make it work with a number standpoint. I think so too, Kepsky. All right, let's see if we can bring Dudley back in. Dudley, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
All right, Dudley, we got you back on, my guy.
Can you hear me? I'm talking. Well, I'm doing good. I got to see 19 innings.
And we can hear you loud and clear as well, Dudley. Doing great, man. Doing great.
Got to see 19 innings of baseball and softball yesterday. 9 innings down in baseball, 10 innings of softball.
Yep. I think there's a massive delay. I think that's what the problem is. Yes, talk to us a little bit about what you've kind of. Mm-hmm. Let's see here, David. Hey, do we need a backup catcher that at least can carry the load defensively? Is that guy on the team?
Yes, I think he is. The backup catcher right now would probably be Elliot Peterson. He's done a good job hitting and catching as well. You've also got Carson Bowles, who's another guy. I think he'll be okay there. Obviously, Ryder is the leader at the position. Not only is he really good defensively, he's the big that he had summer to football. Yeah, like he's, they're going to be fine at it.
So kind of talk to us a little bit about everything you've kind of taken in over the last couple of days as far as softball, baseball go.
Well, let's start with softball. As I said, 21-1 win last night over Seminole State. They played 10 innings. I got a lot of players in the ball game. Obviously, the competition was not a good match, but Seminole State played pretty good defensively early on, had some good pitching. Arkansas kind of got to them late. You saw 5 different pitchers go 2 innings each. I think they're going to have more valid depth at that position this year than they had last year. I think, you had some that were kind of skidding into the rotation because they needed them more than they had earned that position. I do think that they look pretty good on the mound. Cameron Harrison, obviously one of the newcomers, threw the ball well. And one of my biggest takes is that Ella McDowell, who is one of the more vocal softball players I've ever heard in my life. It's going to be fun to listen to her encourage her teammates this year.
Yeah. Is this any better, Dudley?
Yes, I can hear you fine. Can you hear me?
I'm hoping we can get rid of some of the lag delay there. So does Courtney have a core set of screen pictures that she is wanting to work off of this coming fall and develop into the spring that you saw whenever you had Janice Dels and a couple of the others that she has recruited over the last couple of years? Is there that core starting group?
I think she's going to figure that out as it goes along. But last night, 2 of the freshmen pitched, Peyton Burnham and Cameron Harrison. Both did really well. They were 2 of the 5 who went out there. Lexi King is another one. So actually there were 3. The 3 freshmen who really all pitched well. Everybody pitched 2 innings. Reese Berline and Robert Herron both pitched 2 innings as well. So you've got to figure that those are going to be the 5 that they're at least looking at right now. I'm sure that as the fall ball goes on and they continue to play, they'll continue to play. Look at different situations and all that. Coach Stiefel wasn't at the scrimmage last night because she had some personal obligations, they said. But They have a doubleheader against Missouri State a week from Sunday. I'm sure we'll see a lot of pitchers in those games as well. But I think they've got a lot more real depth there this year. I think they're going to be able to just roll 5 out there and not have to lean so heavily just on one person. Also, on David Hayes' question, I think that's a possibility that Ella McDowell might be a third. Valerie back.
I know that last year we talked about with Courtney having a solid 1 through 9. Is that the case that you see so far here in fall ball?
Again, just had the opportunity to watch them the 10 innings last night, but I think they ended up playing close to 15 people. Casey Wood, who was a freshman last year, got some time last night. Riley Cloud was in the lineup as well. I think they're going to have probably 13 or 14 players that they could throw in and rotate. It's an excellent freshman class, and obviously a lot of returnees coming back. It was weird not seeing some of the vets that we've seen down the line. Hannah Gamble being one, obviously, but Bree Ellis is still over there at first base. They're going to be hell on wheels offensively, I think. All these young freshmen and the returnees all have big bats. I think they're going to be able to put a lot of offense up. And as I was talking about the pitching, I think they're going to be really solid there as well.
Yeah, and I know that the outfield is still. I don't think there's too many question marks. I think that Jimmy. I think she's coming back. I think you've got Reagan Johnson's coming back. I think that you're gonna. Do we see Casey Hoffman enter the starting lineup? That top 9, or is she going to be more of a situational bat?
We'll just have to see how it plays out. I can't really answer that question. And I do know that last night that the Reagan Kramer was actually one of the designated players. She wasn't in the outfield. They had an outfield of Reagan Johnson and a couple of others out there. I think they're going to be fine depth-wise in the outfield. In the infield, I'm not going to get too excited, but what I saw last night has the opportunity to be a better team in every area than it was last year.
That's extremely exciting to hear because I know that folks want to pack out Bogle Park. They do a great job of it. Even when there's snow on the ground, I feel like. And I know that whenever we see the schedule come out here in the coming weeks, it always seems like it's very heavy the first 3-4 weeks, where you feel like you're pretty much got a sleeping bag up there in the press box at Bogle Park, because it seems like there's so many games in such a short amount of time. And I think that that's one of the things that's going to be a lot of fun. But at the same time, it's going to be a lot of softball really quick.
Yeah, we should have the February games before too long. Right now, they've got the SEC games up on the schedule and some of the in-state games that they're playing. But I'm sure they're going to do the same thing that she has done in the past, get to some warm weather in February, get some games in, let her team have the opportunity to get in some innings before SEC starts. I was going to tell you last night, the outfield was Reagan Johnson in center field. Kylie Wyckoff, who had tripled to drive home the first run. Reagan Johnson got on an infield single. Wyckoff tripled.
And just talk about
and then your left fielder was Ramsey Walker.
Everything you've seen so far and taken in over at Baum Stadium.
Baum, I guess they've had 8 scrimmages now. I've been at 7. I've missed 1. But Brent Iredale is a player that I think I talked about last time I was on here. He hit his 5th home run yesterday. Brenton Clark is a young freshman outfielder who they're going to have to find a place for. He is to just continue to hit. We got some stats from the first 7 games. He was hitting .583. Him and Rocco Pepe have been the leaders in terms of average there. Rocco Pepe is another outfielder that's going to get in there. And we know Kendall Diggs not even appears, he won't even have an opportunity to do anything this fall because he went through surgery, but everything looks good on his rehab, and he should be ready by far to go. In the pitching, obviously Gabe Gackle pitched yesterday. I think he struck out 6 of the first 8 batters. He looks ready to go. He got some rest this summer after playing in the USA squad. Again, another situation where I'm going to say, I'm not going to get excited, not going to make too many predictions, but just the assessment of these 7 scrimmages that I've been to and the 8 overall is that they're going much better outfield defensively and offensively, and they've gotten more power and speed. They are doing a lot of situations, stealing spaces, and looks like a different mindset, as he told us it was going to be going into the offseason.
And Bob M., who appears to be the leader at first base so far for the Hogs.
Trenton Rowan has played over there. Reese Robinette has played over there as well, but he's mostly playing third base.
And also, which position is Souza practicing at?
Is the guy who's been playing first base for the other team. I think that's going to be a position that you might even see Kendall Diggs in. It just depends on how it plays itself out with the others. Souza has been playing both shortstop and second base. Carson Cozil, Cam Cozil, the young man who transferred from Vanderbilt, has been playing a lot of second base. His bat has not really come around yet. If I was projected right now, I'd say Souza at second, V. Aloy at shortstop, and Brent Iredale at third. And then if you do that, then you're probably going to have Reese Robinette at first or have him as a designated hitter. There's going to be a lot of different situations, that Coach Van Horn is going to be able to use different combinations. But I think the cream will rise to the top, and he'll get his top 9, and then some. There just won't have to be as many pick and choose against left-handed and right-handers this year.
Do you hear anything about talk with the organization pitcher this so far?
Yeah, that's Aiden Jimenez. He's not going to pitch this fall, and neither is Colin Fisher. Obviously, 2 of the Colin Fisher had a real good young rookie season there last year before he got hurt. Those 2 guys are expected to be back for the season. It'll be hit and miss on whether they're ready right at the start of the season, or if it'll take a few weeks to a month. We'll know more about that as we go along. But Aiden Jimenez and Colin Fisher are 2 guys that have not pitched this fall that you would expect to be, if not a part of the rotation that includes the Wednesday night games or whatever, but to be solid in depth for them, as we have always seen. Will McIntyre is back as well.
And you all can catch the scrimmage today at 3 p.m. at Baum Stadium. It's free to the public, free to the media, like Dudley posted a little bit ago on Twitter. So if you guys have a chance to go out and catch some free baseball this weekend, Saturday, or I should say Friday today, this afternoon is one of your spots. If you're not heading down to A&M to see the Razorbacks and the Aggies take on in the final installment of the Southwest Classic in Dallas. After this year, we'll be going from campus to campus. So I think that folks are actually going to be more happy to see that. Now, don't.
Yeah, 3 p.m. first pitch today with Gage Wood and Landon from Ohio State. Transfer is going to be throwing the first pitches. They'll both go at least 2 innings. And then you've also got Saturday 11 a.m. scrimmage. Don't know who's going to start that game yet, but 11 a.m. tomorrow, 3 p.m. this afternoon.
Trying to get everything here. There's a huge delay here, and sorry about this, guys. So we're going to try to take it off from here. Okay, so man, Arkansas A&M, Marcel Reed. I think Arkansas is going to have a great chance on defense this weekend against A&M, putting a lot of pressure. I think you're going to see a lot more pressure on him on the front seven to contain him and make him a passer instead of more of a runner.
Yeah, he has over 400 yards as a rusher, and has some decent numbers passing. I think he's 32-57. But he's similar in that he does not have a lot of experience, just like Hank Brown last week. He may not throw it to the other team as much as Hank Brown did. But I do think that, as you said, they've got a chance to get some pressure. A&M does have a pretty good offensive line, so the interior lines are going to be big, as they are in every game. 9 out of 10, Texas A&M has won the, in the series as it's going on. Bobby Petrino, though, undefeated, I think, as I remember.
Yeah, he is. And Bobby coming back, facing Texas A&M, I think that there's a really good chance that Arkansas's offense is able to kind of, I'd say, more press their will against a defensive front seven for A&M, because let's face it, Arkansas has put themselves in great position in third down conversion. They're tops in the nation, and they're more of a power running team than they were last year.
Yeah, and again, got some good athletes, as they always do on the Texas A&M team. That's never been a problem, and they're always winning recruiting, but haven't been able to finish off to the the value, I guess I would say, that of the recruits that they've had down there. Mike Elko seems like a good coach. Well, the only one in the SEC that went to an Ivy League college, as Coach Pittman pointed out. He's got a team that is young in some areas, got experience in others. Really, he was not happy, other than getting the win, with how they played against Bowling Green. I watched that last weekend. Texas A&M won 26-20, but Bowling Green had a lot of explosive plays, and that's one thing Coach Elko is really worried about, is Taylor Green and Jaquindon Jackson being able to get some big plays against them.
And that's where I think Arkansas can capitalize on too, with the explosive plays. It's kind of funny how that turns, where Bobby Petrino's at A&M last year, they had the explosive plays. They're gone. Now Arkansas's got them. I mean, that is a direct detection that Bobby really has been the architect of those explosive plays on both sides, A&M and Arkansas.
Yeah, I mean, we've never doubted his excellence as an offensive coordinator or as a head coach. I don't think. But he has done wonders for Taylor Green. It's going to be like anything else. Taylor can drop a dime on a difficult pass, and then he sailed them on some of the easy ones. He's got to get more consistent there. but he's giving them an opportunity to make some of those explosive plays. It's something that Elko is really worried about. And I do think that, for all the heartache that Arkansas's had down there, lost a lot of close games, lost a lot of games, a lot of them close. I do think that they feel like this is an opportunity for them in the last one that's going to be down there to win. It's going to be tough for them, and it's just I think it breaks down as every game has this year, except for the first one. To are you going to have the turnovers, or are you going to get the turnovers? And if they can play error-free ball, then I think they'll come out of there with a win. But they haven't been able to do that overall just yet.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of funny that this is kind of a homecoming for the couple of Razorbacks. With Taylor Green from Louisville, you got Jaquindon from Duncanville, and those are suburbs of Dallas. And I see them really wanting to come out and show the city, Dallas, and the state of Texas, hey, this is what you kind of missed out on, and they would go down there and really capitalize.
Yeah, last time Jaquindon played in Dallas, he was a quarterback. Playing for Duncanville, and that's when he went to Texas as a quarterback. They recruited him as a quarterback, and obviously made his way and matriculated to Utah before he came here to Arkansas. But he obviously has established himself as their dominant ball carrier this year. Rodney Hill's done some good things. Braylon Russell is a tank, and was certainly part of that emphasis they had on finishing off the game last week via the ground. Rashad Dominion obviously not playing in this game. It earlier said it was injuries. This time it's violation of team rules. Yeah, I hate to see that, whatever the true story is there, because he showed us, a lot of potential, but you got to do things on the field and off the field, no matter what program you're at. I guess it was Miami back in the day.
Yep. So 2:30 ESPN. I think it's going to be a great game. I think that there's going to be a lot of fans are going to be tuning in on this one, even though every time it's Arkansas and A&M take on each other, it's always odd. Something weird happens. I don't know exactly what could happen, but I mean, we've pretty much seen everything else that could happen during a football game that's just weird and odd. But I don't think that we're not going to see something that's just going to make you scratch your head and go, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, I think in 61 years on this planet, 43 covering sports, you go to every sporting event and see something new still. And, that's probably what we'll see tomorrow. We can break it down and tell everybody, what's the metrics and how it should go and what they've done before. But, all boils down to, are you ready to play that day? Coach Mike Elko, again, from Texas A&M, talked a little bit about it in the story I put up yesterday. It's an atmosphere that, makes you want to play. Whether you hate the Cowboys, you love the Cowboys, it is a great stadium. And, you view yourself as playing on, obviously, an NFL field when you're doing that, and that gives them the opportunity to, kind of elevate their game on a prestigious field.
Yep. Well, man, I'm going to get you out of here. And it's good talking to you again. We're going to get some more baseball updates.
Yeah, before too long. We're sorry for the delays and stuff, but just to hit the major points. Baseball scrimmage at 3:00 today, 11 a.m. tomorrow. Next Friday, they will have the Fall Classic. It's just going to be a one-game deal this year instead of a series. And then the following week, and they're going to announce this the times and stuff pretty soon, they'll play Oklahoma State on Friday night and I think Saturday afternoon, because obviously the Tennessee game, Tennessee Arkansas football game is that night. Softball won 21-1. I think both programs have an opportunity to be better than they were last year, and I realize what I'm saying.
Man. Well, thank you, Dudley, for joining me today, and we'll get you guys back here pretty soon, and we will see you guys next week Thursday, 7 p.m. Torchies and Rogers for the Arkansas Football Report. And if anything crazy happens, we'll always jump on here too. So keep your eyes peeled. And this has been the Arkansas Diamond Report with Dudley Dawson. I'm Jason, and y'all take care and go Hogs.